we have an equalizer. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I think that the early game, we do have to see a tempo advantage. It's very similar to other assassin mid laners that you see, right? The Yone, for example, the Akali that has been played in mid recently. You know, the new changes we're seeing to that priority based on Chovy's performance last week. You do have to get ahead early with this. It's not that they can't recover and scale into the late game, but in terms of the team fights, you will see straight up 5v5 where, you know, we're seeing front-to-back team fighting and the setup that they have around objectives, I feel like definitely favors the side of KT Rolster. But if they get an early lead, like you said, if they can snowball this Nocturne pick, I think this composition absolutely could work. Very difficult to execute, but this is definitely something they've prepared.
Yeah, fun stuff right from the get-go. We're going to jump into game number 1 of Match 23 already.
We are getting closer as actually it's just hit now, the level 6 for Solka, which is the power spike where he actually starts to become really relevant around the map. He's not in a position to push for this top lane, but Pioshik's here.
Look at Pioshik trying to take the angle so he can't get hopped on. The sleep comes in, the flash over the wall. Meganar ready to go, but is it gonna matter? The damage is just too much, and Doran has no weight. And as you mentioned, as we both talked about, getting this early lead is so powerful. I mean, Pioshik's back. He's up 2 levels. Blank gets a level here, thankfully, on the Raptors. As here we go, trying to engage now, but immediately the Hecarim just disappears, and the roam will come in. The equalizer on top of both of them. UCal desperately trying to get something back, and he does get 1 kill, but that's now a double kill to the Nocturne mid.
Just gonna keep trading on the Doran. Like, Doran's not going back to lane. He might not be going back alive. He gets one opportunity.
Trying to make this trade happen with the Meganar. But I think he realizes right away, it's like, well, I can't get this going. He's going to bait in Kingen, though. Really nice bait, and I think Kingen went a little bit too far this time around. Gets punished.
They're going to go ahead and look for the fight around this. Blank is super late to the party. So this is actually a really tough fight for KT to take. They're going to need a really nice Emperor's Divide if they are going to go ahead and engage onto this. And they're just so slow to get here. As the Slay is already here for DRX, they got it down.
Yeah. Paranoia comes in. Will he commit this time, or is it just to get... Okay, he's going to go onto the Gnar. They're trying to blow up the Gnar here, but Mega Gnar pops immediately, but it just does not matter, as Becca is going to bring in 2 and pick off UCal as well. Really nice Emperor's Divide. The Samira gets her ultimate off with a ton of damage and has been able to turn this fight around. So props to Hybrid to making it happen.
He's at the back. He's not going to be, he's not actually, you know, at risk of being picked. And he can defensively set up for an Emperor's Divide if they dive in. Like, UCal's positioning here is so perfect. And they don't even commit. They can't. And this feels like the beginning of a really big advantage for KT Rolster.
Trying to jump onto the Lilia here. Doesn't seem like they have enough damage. Hybrid is going to get caught up on the top side. But the Lilia eventually does go down. Now 4-on-4, they're going to take out the set, but still a lot of damage remains here on the side of DRX. But look at UCal getting so much stun. He's going to dive onto the Rumble and take him down now. And you talked about this Jhin. Now he's all alone, quite literally, and he will be taken out with a triple kill going the way of UCal. But Pioshik smites the Scuttler, and so he can't even challenge. Okay, we're just going to full-on engage. That story will have to wait. They're trying to get into that backline here. Do they have the damage? They're getting a lot done, but perhaps not enough as they finally take out Hybrid. There's the equalizer, a lot of value, but UCal is now here, and he's got double buff, level 15. He will easily challenge King, and he's sitting in the flame. What BM is coming out from UCal? He's like, yeah, good job, buddy. You don't have enough damage. I've got a Mountain Drake now, too.
Feels like the missing link that we didn't really focus on in draft is the Jhin. He's just too slow for this composition. I'm really curious to see what his damage output's going to be in the post game, as Doran may have overextended a little bit here.
Well, he's got Blank to help him out. That's a 3-man ultimate. And you can see that Doran, with the Gore Drinker, he is very tanky. Solka is going to go down, and Doran's going to just barely go down at the end. But it was close. He got a lot of value. I mean, he's going to kill 3 members of DRX with his play, surviving for such a long time. Pioshik doing a little bit of surfing there. Gives the thumbs up, and that's going to be the end of that Lilia.
For me, I mean, the moment I thought it was over was when they won that Drake, or the Herald fight, you know? And then the Mountain Drake fight after that was like just the cherry on top for KT Rolster. I mean,
that you're going to have in these fights for DRX. We'll see if they can get on top of Hybrid. And Solka tries his best and immediately just has to back away.
Yeah, Hybrid actually just pulls him in further. He's like, yo, you're coming for me. I'm gonna dash deep, and you're actually gonna go the wrong side of the team fight. It can't be overstated how hard, like DRX's comp is like a knife trying to break through concrete. You know, it's very sharp, but with how hard KT is now, I mean, you're not gonna scratch him.
You're exactly right. There's not much they can do. Becca here is just going to get blown up. You see the damage difference now is heavily in favor of KT. Solka into the back line will try his best, and he does have a stopwatch, as he will eventually go down as well. So no more set, no more Nocturne, and KT will be able to take down this Baron and look to take the game from there at around 30 minutes.
Yeah, just going to take this, try to push down some inhibitors.
In, so good luck with that, getting any vision. They've used 2 blue trinkets now. And, well, this is going to be the Elder going the way of KT. They're going to try to snipe it here. It is not successful. There are methods to try to, you know, stop the waves from coming in. But Paranoia just going to be used to deny some vision. I think he ulted there onto Yukal. Yukal has almost more than full health after that one, so yeah. Probably even noticed it. Doran looking for the flash play here. Doesn't look like he'll be able to get it. Really nice Emperor's Divide into that fountain, as the Equalizer does get a lot of value, but at the end of the day, it's just going to be way too much here from KT, as the double kill will go the way of Hybrid.
Very stable. Showmaker is Showmaker, even though he's had some ups and downs, but Yukal, I mean, this is a player people need to be talking about right now. Nearly 30,000 damage in this game. Top of the graph. Fantastic Azir play across the board.
Yeah, I mean, that's about 900 per minute, I would suppose. I mean, he's really up there in terms of damage per minute. A lot of the fights worked out pretty well for him after the team was able to stabilize, right? Because DRX are coming directly into the Azir. He can just kite, he can get multiple man Emperor.
Very easy to execute in the late game as well, which is where they have historically been stronger. But on the side of KT Rolster, they got comfort picks across the board. Hybrids, Kai'Sa, Zeus's Alistar, right? A bot lane we've seen from them almost every time. Victor, his most played champion. Yukal's most played champion. Blankets the Hecarim. Like, it feels like KT Rolster, with the exception of Doran, are playing all the champs they want to play in any given situation against any composition. So it's a really nice test, I feel like, for KT Rolster here against a comp that fits DRX's late game strengths as well.
We'll see where we go from this draft, because I feel like I just teleported into a different patch or something. Like, this draft was really interesting, Wolf. And again, I'll say it, I think it would not have gone this way if it were rich. Yeah. Oh, okay, nice. We're getting really aggressive onto Becca here, and Blank is here for an early gank. No help for Becca, as he is actually going to try to flash away, but will not be successful at the end of the day. We also have the stun. Felt like the early game in game 1, but definitely looking to prove himself a little bit here in game number 2.
Pyosic's in trouble.
Yeah, Pyosik really going for this scuttle here is going to be punished, as Doran just flashes on him and one-shots him. This is going to bait Kingen into a bad position as well, as he's not even going to flash. So this is going to look a lot different from what we saw in the mid lane.
Val has no idea. They have no vision. They're going to get a flash and Becca.
Yeah. Immediately they go for Becca. No flash here for the set. So that is now they're trying to aggressively rotate up to the Rift Herald tier. This is their way back in the game. If they can get this and try to take a team fight afterwards, there certainly is potential for them. But you see that they are not exactly, you know, Becca's level 5 here. So is Zeus, I suppose. Both the supports not having a fun time. Great engage here. Becca trying to make something happen. A great shockwave does come in. But KT, they're not going to get over aggressive here. They've denied the DRX have not gotten a single Drake in this series. And honestly, I don't think that's going to change here. I don't think they have any way of getting on in here. The teleport is committed to by Doran. And you see Yukal is in the back line now trying to force this. Will flash away from the sleep setup. And now we have the big engage. So much was used onto Yukal. And now there's no escape. Becca just trying to create room for Bao. Will be successful on that front. but KT still take the Drake.
Going out with the door, and if he's going to join this fight, it's going to have to be a teleport. And that's a really nice spot for that ball to be for KT trying to chase. Okay, there's the teleport. Look at UCal's positioning. He's so safe. He's going to do so much damage in this fight.
Yeah, it'll be hard to get on top of him. You see the ball positioning is specifically to zone away UCal, but Bao gets caught, has to dash away here. The poke is going to force DRX back, and that is going to be Drake number 8 in favor of KT. Now Becca trying to get an engage here, goes kind of Rambo, does catch 2, but here comes Zeus, and UCal over the wall goes Rambo, making a different meaning to that word. But now we do have Doran making so much magic happen. He's going to go down, though, as maybe KT went a little bit too far.
They certainly
You have the Lilia for some ranged engage. You're going to be poking people out. I think KT would like to have a decent engage here.
I feel like they should back
You can
away.
see the poke that's coming out.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough for KT to deal with. We'll see if they still commit to this. Zeus looking to come around the back. And DRX should know about this. They're going to see him now, and here we go. Zeus has to pull the trigger, gets into the back line, but there is zero follow-up. Blank is getting poked out as well, and there goes down the cow.
This is so
The
forced.
Shockwave is going to miss. Bao is going to come on in. There's the double kill for him, as a very wonky engage comes in from KT, a bit desperate, you could say, and DRX very calmly just going to take down their first Drake.
It was so desperate for KT Rolster to try to take that fight as well, and Zeus is so late to join once again. I don't think KT can contest this. I think they should just give this up.
Blank is going to look for the steal. He has ult and smite. Let's see if he can do it. They're going to CC him, and actually they're going to wait. They want to turn this fight around. They don't care about the Baron. Zeus gets that engage, and here we go. KT finally find an entrance in here. A double kill now for Blank as Doran baits in another one. Kingen is going to go down, so that is 3 for 0, but the Baron taken by DRX, and 2 members do survive with that buff.
Kill. We're going to watch this again, see how this actually unfolded. So UCal actually just goes onto him, just straight up. Chaos Storm, and the Shockwave is just not enough to save him. But now KT have taken back control of the map. They have control over. Okay, well this is a rough spot to be in if you're Kingen.
This is not how you win this game for DRX. Although they are going to trade it there for Zeus. Eventually they get him through, but Kingen is going to be engaged, and Doran is so massive in this front line. You've got a big horse, of course, as well to follow up there. The Samira engage is going to do a lot of damage, but that is not enough. And DRX get caught out, and KT will push to win.
Yep, that's it. And that's game. That's the series. Yep. Attempt here by DRX was good. There were a few good fights for them, a few good objectives, but at the end of the day, some small mistakes leading to their demise.
Yeah, that's going to do it here. Becca, he's being generous today.
In the later part of the game, UCal definitely stacking up that damage. It's, you know, you see obviously Blank ends up being low in terms of his damage output, but his control of the early game and the tempo and the kills he put over, he was involved in 4 of their first 4 kills, in all 4 of those. Ended up giving them a really nice edge, especially in the bot lane, that helped them handle some of those awkward situations, some of those bad team fights they had later on. They had enough of a lead to where they could still push it forward.
Yeah, I was actually a pretty big fan of KT's play in that second game, even though it was a bit of a bumpy road as we went into. And as the goal difference graph clearly points out, you know, could have been cleaner, but they got the job done. So 2-0 over DRX, who have proven to be a pretty strong, albeit inconsistent team in the middle level of the LCK, I would say, after watching them for 5 series now. And KT take a pretty clean victory over them tonight. So I'll be curious to see who does get the player of the game after all of that. Obviously, you mentioned Blank's great early game plays, early to mid game. I thought he was very clean.
I voted for him.
Absolutely solid. Yeah, I don't